What's going on, everyone? Danielle Rodriguez here. It's time to review another movie. Today, I'm going to be reviewing one of the most underrated movies of 2004, and it is also one of my favorite movies of all time, The Girl Next Door. This movie stars Emile Hirsch, Elisha Cuthbert, Paul Dano, Chris Marquette, and Timothy Olyphant, also directed by Luke Greenfield. So, I'm just going to basically review this movie. Minor spoilers, not really any big spoilers, but this movie's been out for over 10 years, man, so it's one of my all-time favorite movies. It's a cult classic to me, honestly. I remember seeing it a long time ago and then buying it a few years ago before Blockbuster. So probably about 3-4 years before Blockbuster closed down, I remember buying this. And I've seen it so many times, man. It's one of my all-time favorites. This is how I first got introduced to Emile Hirsch, how I got introduced to Elisha, how I got introduced to Timothy Olyphant. I got introduced to all these actors, man, and look how far they've made it over the past 10 years, man. So, anyway, here's my review for The Girl Next Door. I want to get started with the pros, but real quick, I have the synopsis, the plot, right down below in the description, so if you guys want to read the plot, in case you don't, or if you're not aware of what the movie is about, right down below, guys, for the plot. First off, the whole cast, every character in here. Emile Hirsch playing Matthew Kidman. I fell in love with Emile Hirsch in this movie, man. Like, when I first saw it, I always wanted to see this guy in more movies. I literally was just like, dude, this guy, he rocks it, dude. He really is a really good actor, and he proves it in here, man, where he is this kid graduating high school, and he's smart, and he's very nice, but he hasn't really done anything worthwhile in his life or in high school enough to remember what did I do that was so different? What did I ever do? Did I ever really experience life? I mean, he really hasn't done anything really to write about on his. He's like the editor for the yearbook, and he has nothing to write about. For the one thing I always remember is, and he just can't think about anything. And this is where it comes in, of course, where Danielle, aka Elisha Cuthbert, who is a porn star, moves right next to Matthew Kidman, and they just start falling in love, having this relationship, because he actually sees her as a human, not as an object. And, oh man, Elisha Cuthbert, she is drop-dead gorgeous, she's beautiful, and she's also in The Ranch, which is a Netflix original show with Danny Masterson and Ashton Kutcher. I'm 7 episodes into that, and I just found out that she was in there, and I was like, I didn't even know she was in there. No wonder that girl's beautiful, man. She's a really beautiful girl, she's also 24, but Elisha Cuthbert is awesome in this film. I mean, she really is just, she's believable, she's good, she's a good actress, man. She really does prove in this film, and the chemistry between Emile Hirsch, they work so well, it feels natural. It doesn't feel forced, it doesn't feel like they're acting, it feels natural. Chris Marquette and Paul Dano are the two friends I wish I had, and it's funny because Paul Dano, his character Klitz, actually reminds me of my friend Austin, so it's kind of like that same little parallel thing there. And Chris Marquette plays Eli. So, yeah, there's a lot of memorable scenes with Eli and Timothy Olyphant, of course, who plays Kelly, who is this porn producer. And Timothy Olyphant he's perfect. Every scene he's in, he steals the show. I'm not lying, like, this movie is a comedy, and it's raunchy. It's a raunchy comedy, but it's not that dirty. It's not like every scene there's going to be sexual things every single scene or anything like that. Yes, there's adult film convention in there, but there's heart to this film. This film has a heart. It's dramatic, it's a comedy, and it's a little raunchy going on there, but it adds so much. It's a romance movie, it's a drama, it's a comedy. It's just so many emotions in this film that work so much, and it's almost a coming of age, in graduating and growing up and moving on, or finding love and it's a lot of different things, but it works so well, and it's just one of my all-time favorite movies because it's relatable. I love the characters, I love the way it's filmed, I love the way that it was directed, I love the way that everything about it is just, I love it. Ever since the first time I saw it, I think I saw it on Comedy Central a long time ago. When I first saw it, I was like, holy crap, I fell in love with this movie. I just did. It's because, for one thing, also, I like the porn aspect of the thing, because Elisha Cuthbert, she's beautiful, and she is just, again, like I said, drop-dead gorgeous, but Emile Hirsch, like, everybody's so likable, everybody's so, the storyline on how, it's almost like a Risky Business. Yes, it has parallels to Risky Business, of course, but it's just so relatable and fun, and it's timeless. It's a cult classic, in my opinion. On to the cons. There are a few little problems with it, but more like nitpicking. This is a little nitpicking, honestly, but not where I'm taking off a bunch of points, but there are a few cringy shots in the film. Such as, like, I remember, and I've seen this movie a lot of times, and every time I see this film, these shots always get me where I'm like, I wish they would have done it differently, or I would have done it differently. Just little cringy shot things. Like, real quick, when Danielle and Matthew are driving, he skips school and the security guard sees him and he looks at him, he's smiling and everything. It shows Emile Hirsch looking like looking in the back, seeing the security guard, and he's like smiling, and then he goes back, and like it just little cringy shots like that. Or when he gets the Georgetown thing in the beginning of the movie, and he's running, he's like, and the camera's like that. The camera's running with him, and he's like, I did it, and the way he runs or something, like it's just very cringy little things like that I would have done differently. And there's also like a few cheese. It's a cheesy movie at times, but it's still enjoyable. It's still lovable. It still has heart. But there is a thing, and it's also a little bit of sex education in there, by the way. Real good education. Anybody who's graduating high school should watch this movie. That's what I believe in. Not believe in, but that's what that's what I think should. But everybody who graduates or going to college, definitely watch this film. But there's this scene where he's running, a bird's chasing him, and he opens the door, and they break. The door breaks, and that's a rich house. I don't think a door would break that easily. So there's little stuff like you could see Emile Hirsch, the actor, his mic in order to capture the voice for the film. Little goofs like that, like filming error, like filming equipment. Little goofs like that. Other than that, the editing's awesome. The writing, the acting. I love the opening, the music in here. Queen, David Bowie. I mean, freaking The Who. The ending and the opening are perfect. It's a cult classic for me. I love this film. I'm going to give this movie, The Girl Next Door, an 8 out of a 10, but it will always be one of my favorite films ever. I could watch this film over and over and over and over, and it never gets old. I'm being serious. It's just one of those films where I'll put it on, or it's on TV, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to enjoy myself and I'm going to watch it, man. It's just one of those films that I can. And I wish it would return to the theaters like all these other movies are returning to the theaters. I really wish it could return. I would love to see it on the big screen again, man. I didn't get to see it when it came out in theaters, man, but I do remember the promotions for it a long time ago. Anyway, comment down below to me what you guys thought about The Girl Next Door, whether you've seen it or not, man. Emile Hirsch, he's had an awesome career. He's a little died down right now, but he's awesome. I loved him in Lone Survivor and Into the Wild. And Elisha Cuthbert, she's fantastic, dude. Paul Dano has really had an awesome career over the past 10 years. Of course, he was in Prisoners with Hugh Jackman, doing a lot of, I believe, more indie movies. And Chris Marquette's more sci-fi movies now, but he still is. He's still around, man. So I'm glad the whole cast, Timothy Olyphant just finished Justified. Everyone in here kind of had that good start there, so I'm very proud to have seen them and see their career progress. Thanks so much. Make sure to comment down below. Like I said, like, comment, and share the video. And if you enjoyed my review, you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, bye-bye.